Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Varys Conley, Robert Paris, Juliana McGrain with the sports, Chris Flaherty in for Peter Brown with the weather. Thank you for joining us. Well, we were off last week for the Thanksgiving holiday. The Burlington ICE facility drew attention from both of Massachusetts' federal leaders. Last Wednesday, Senator Ed Markey joined a bearing witness rally outside the building, and earlier this week, Congressman Seth Moulton toured the facility to see conditions inside. We start with Senator Markey.
The ICE field office in Burlington recently received a visit from United States Senator Ed Markey.
Senator Markey came out here in a visit without bringing the media because what he wanted to do, and what he did do, was he met with a group of people called the Bearing Witness Group that comes out here on Wednesdays.
Because there is a cadre of dedicated volunteers helping to defend the United States Constitution and speaking loudly and clearly on behalf of immigrants.
To tell them that he stood with them and that he stood with their values and admired their commitment.
From the crowded cells to the inhumane conditions to the limited food, and I've been demanding the answers about the conditions at this facility, and I will be returning soon to continue my oversight over Marcelo and everyone else who was inside of this facility.
They were out here for the 32nd straight week to make sure that people know that people in Burlington and the surrounding communities care about what's happening in that building right there in the ICE Detention Center.
The First Amendment is the beating heart of our democracy. The right of free speech, the right to protest, the right to raise your voices against a government that you do not support.
He's done a lot of work on this issue. So he talked about how he went to Louisiana to talk to one of the migrants who had been here and taken there. He talked to a migrant that we had talked to in June, Marcelo Gomes de Silva.
And I told every single inmate down there when I'm out, if I'm the only one that was able to leave that place, I lost, because I want to do whatever I can to get them as much help as possible.
He's talked to a lot of people who have been through this system, so he knew from their stories what goes on here.
Sadly, under this administration's policies, the poor treatment of our immigrant community has only accelerated. ICE agents have raided workplaces where people are trying to make a living, smashed car windows to forcibly detain immigrants, picked up parents dropping their kids off at school.
The point is what our representatives in Congress are doing to talk to the people who have been there, who saw for themselves what goes on when the doors are shut. It's not what is really going on. We've got to all know that, and we've got to all see that. And so we're working to make things better.
From the ICE field office in Burlington, I'm BNews reporter Tad Stefanak.
The clergy here, just to remind us.
On Monday, Congressman Moulton was granted access to tour the ICE facility. Here's what he had to say following his visit.
Not just to show up outside, but to get inside, to see what's actually going on. That's what's so important about this visit today. And then I'm going to come back with answers, just like I did the last time when I was here with Marcelo, and reported on conditions that were just completely unacceptable, inhumane, un-American, unpatriotic, everything you've just said. Your presence here, your nonviolent protests, you're setting the right example. It makes a difference. And trust me, I heard this from the ICE officers I spoke with the last time I was here. You know, they're careful about what they do. At least they're more careful about it because of your presence. And if you weren't here, or if this facility were moved somewhere else where there was not the presence of people like yourselves with the perseverance and leaderships to stand up for our values, then this would be a lot worse. The practices that we saw, that we've witnessed here in Burlington, do not meet the standards that we would like to see, but they are far better than in other facilities and other places we have seen around the United States. I give all of you a lot of credit for that, and that's why I will continue to be here with you conducting this oversight. The facilities in there are completely inadequate and inhumane for anyone to be staying here for an extended length of time. It does seem that they are moving people through here more quickly. The consequence of that is that they don't have as much time to have lawyers intervene in their cases. So there's a push and pull here. Part of the problem is that, technically, I mean, we are putting the pressure on them to, for example, provide sleeping bags. But technically, because this is not a long-term holding facility where no one is supposed to stay overnight, they don't have a federal requirement to have that, right? And so all these other longer-term facilities have these requirements. Like, for example, families are not allowed to visit here. There's no visitation rights here, but visitation rights are accorded at these other facilities. So yes, the conditions are better, but do I just trust that? No, of course not. And members of Congress that represent these longer-term facilities need to be conducting this kind of oversight as well. Absolutely.
Markey and Moulton are facing each other in next year's U.S. Senate Democratic primary, making immigration oversight one of the issues where their campaigning may continue to overlap in the months ahead. If you're still searching for that perfect Christmas tree, the United Church of Christ in Burlington might have just the one. It's their second annual Christmas tree sale. Tad Stefanak has the story.
In the Yuletide spirit, the United Church of Christ Burlington is once again selling Christmas trees.
Well, we're selling Christmas trees. This started last year. Last year was the first time we tried to sell Christmas trees. And it's because I realized as a new person here in town 2 years ago that there was no place to buy Christmas trees in Burlington. We were going out of town. And so we thought there was an opportunity to sell Christmas trees locally, have people come right here in our town to our historic old church here and get into that Christmas spirit. 10% of the proceeds will go to the People Helping People Burlington Food Pantry, and the rest of the money goes to support the missions of our church, which are deeply ingrained in serving our community and helping make Burlington a place for all people. We're open weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. We're open weekends as well from noon to 6 p.m. And we hope that you come and check out our tree lot. We've got music playing. We've got friendly people ready to help you cut the end off so that your tree's drinking water and tie it to the roof of your car. And we try to make it a one-stop, full-service experience. We hope you come down. We hope that you find our community to be a welcoming place. And we would just want to spread that joyful, hopeful, peaceful Christmas spirit.
Shop local this holiday season and pick up your Tannenbaum at the United Church of Christ, Burlington. I'm BNEWS reporter Tad Stefanak.
In addition to the tree sales supporting People Helping People, the spirit of generosity is carrying across Burlington this season, with several groups holding donation drives for families and seniors. The Burlington Firefighters Local 2313 are holding their annual holiday toy drive, collecting new toys for children at Boston Medical Center. Donations can be dropped off at both fire stations, Shaw's, and a number of local businesses. The department is hoping to have most donations in by December 15th. IAB, Indian Americans for Burlington, are organizing a food drive to help fight hunger. They're seeking items such as rice, canned goods, cooking oil, pasta, and condiments. Donations can be dropped off at two locations, 26 Meadowview Lane in Burlington and 325 Old Billerica Road in Bedford. Help Us is continuing its outreach with a pocket toy drive. These are small toys that children living in shelters can keep with them as they move from place to place. Things like cars, tiny animal figures, or squishy toys. Donations can be dropped off at Coldwell Banker Realty on Cambridge Street, and Help Us is requesting items by December 13th. People Helping People is continuing its 28-year wish tree tradition at the Burlington Mall. Shoppers can choose a wish card for a Burlington child and return an unwrapped gift to the same location on the upper level near Ann Taylor. That drive runs through Friday, December 12th. People Helping People is also collecting Target gift cards to support Burlington seniors this season. And Demore Law, along with Elite Realty Experts, is in its 8th year supporting local seniors. They are collecting new personal items such as warm clothing, puzzles, blankets, toiletries, and gift cards. Donations can be dropped off at True North Coffee, Elite Realty Experts, Demore Law, and the Council on Aging. We have a full list of those drives, along with deadlines and the groups they support, on our donation drive page at bcattv.org. A new business has teed off in Burlington. Birdie Bar Indoor Golf and Bar is now open, bringing golf simulators, food, and drinks to town. Tad Stefanak shows us around.
Birdie Bar is a new spot in Burlington where you can gather with friends and family and hit the links.
Birdie Bar is a golf simulator bar. We have a location in Waltham and now our new location in Burlington, obviously. We have golf simulators, a bar, and a kitchen.
I asked about Birdie Bar's clientele.
Guy or gal that wants to work on their game and just get better at golf, all the way to the people that just want to have a fun night and get some drinks and play some games on the simulator. Obviously, it's a great community. We love being a part of the community, and we wanted to bring TrackMan technology to Burlington, which it doesn't have in a bar setting. So it was a perfect opportunity to move over here and like I said, into a great community. We host events, so birthdays, corporate events. We run a bunch of leagues ourselves and also custom leagues. So if you're looking to, run a league or host an event or anything like that, we're definitely here for you.
With golf, food, and fun, Birdie Bar is a hole-in-one. From Birdie Bar, I'm BNEWS reporter Tad Stefanak.
If Birdie Bar has you thinking golf, here's another twist on the theme. The Burlington Boosters held their first ever golf ball drop at Varsity Field. Barris Conley has more.
On November 26th, the Burlington High School Athletic Boosters Club hosted a golf ball drop event where participants would purchase a golf ball, and the closer that it was dropped towards the 50-yard line from a helicopter, the higher chance of you winning the grand prize. But how did this event come together?
So we were just trying to do something a little different so that we could get some recognition and exposure for the boosters, because it's very difficult to compete with all the different friends of hockey, friends of baseball. So we're just trying to do something different and fun, something unique.
With golf balls now flooding the sky, what was the message behind dropping them in the first place?
I would basically say, oh, wow, this is great. Let me join the boosters and keep it going, because this serves all of the athletes in town that go to Burlington High School, and it's all for benefit of them and for them getting a scholarship in May. Maybe make this an annual thing. That would be maybe 80 balls this year. Maybe next year we could double it, or maybe we could hit the 250. I think it's still great. The winner won about $3,500, so that's a pretty good investment. It's just fun to be together and know you're doing something for the community.
This is Barris Connolly from BNEWS.
Bundle up, Burlington. We've got a frigid forecast on the way, if you didn't already know. With Peter Brown out this week, here's Chris Flaherty with a look at your weather right after this week's community calendar.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. On December 9th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having gingerbread house making at the Murray Kelly Room. Everyone is welcome and pre-registration is required. For more information and to register, go to their website. On December 14th at 6 p.m., the Burlington Church of Christ will be having a candlelight service. They will also be having a food collection drive for the Burlington Pantry. Everyone is welcome to the event. On December 19th and 20th, the MSMS Theater Department will be performing Disney's Camp Rock, the musical, at the Fogelberg Auditorium. For more information and tickets, go to the following website. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
Hey everyone, and welcome to your BNEWS Weather Report. I'm Chris Flaherty, filling in for meteorologist Peter Brown, who's out this week. You better bundle up, folks, because it's going to be a chilly one. On Friday, we're looking at a high of 28 degrees and a low of 16 with sunny skies. So if you're heading to the tree lighting ceremony tonight, bring your scarves and mittens, and I'll see you there. Saturday brings a mix of rain and snow with a high of 35 and a low of 21. Then on Sunday, temperatures stay in the low 30s with more sunshine. Monday and Tuesday will start the work week by dipping down into the 20s with clear skies, and by Wednesday and Thursday we're tracking another wintry mix with temperatures back in the 30s. And that'll do it for our weekly forecast. I'm Chris Flaherty saying, as my friend Peter Brown always does, get out and enjoy the weather.
Burlington High School brought the energy at its Thanksgiving Day Pep Rally, filling the gym with school spirit, cheers, and friendly competitions. BNEWS reporter Juliana McGrain has the highlights.
Hello, Burlington. Welcome to BCAT's annual coverage of the 2025 Pep Rally. I am your host, Juliana McGrain, and let's get right into the fun.
It was was all spirit and energy inside the Burlington High School gym as students packed in for this year's fall pep rally. The Red Devils kicked things off with competitions between each class, from relay races to musical chairs, all keeping the crowd loud from start to finish. Behind the scenes, student leaders and staff put in weeks into planning this whole event.
We needed to get all of the different grades involved, and they're always also so busy that it's hard to get the kids in on planning time because they're doing a million things. They're so busy.
So one of the great things we have is actually Stephanie's really great at finding us new games, and so the head, shoulders, knees, and cups was fantastic. We did have to cut one game for time, but that's going to come back next year, the Pizza Box Out Challenge, and that's kind of some things that happen. Things go a little bit longer, and you just kind of roll with it.
Cheer lit up the floor with a high-energy routine. And the marching band had the gym shaking as they brought the classic Red Devil spirit. We also caught up with Ryan Brooks, who took part in his very last pep rally of his high school career.
It's good every year, I've been in the stands, but being on the floor, it's a whole different experience, getting the whole school hype, getting everyone up and going, get the energy flowing.
Heads, knees, shoulders, toes, shoulders, heads, go!
It was a full morning of school pride, loud cheers, and strong send-offs for all the fall athletes as they wrap up their season.
I do like the competitions. They're fun. Yeah, and I like to find the ones. I'm on TikTok, and I like to see what other schools are doing and copy them.
I like to see everyone cheering really loud. It's super fun when all of a sudden the sophomores come at so loud, and you're like, oh my goodness, they're here.
Yeah.
That type of enthusiasm, that type of energy it's contagious, and it really sets the whole thing. I mean, it's a pep rally.
Probably getting everyone hyped, making, when I yell in the mic, everyone starts yelling. That's my favorite part. It really shows that everyone, cares about, this prep rally and want to have fun, so.
Well, what an exciting time. Congrats to the seniors for winning. Let's go, BHS. We'll see you next year at the Vanilla Gym.
It's been a busy stretch for local sports, from Thanksgiving football to Shawshine's road back to Gillette, and now the start of the winter season. For all of it, here's BNEWS sports reporter Juliana McGrain.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and let's get into the BHS sports wrap-up for the week. I'm your host, Juliana McGrain, and let's get right into it. The Shawshene Valley Tech Rams are headed back to Gillette after a thrilling overtime win against North Reading in the semifinals.
The Shawshene Valley Tech Rams football team are heading back to the state championship after a thriller overtime win in the semifinals against North Reading 22-14. Running back and linebacker Jake Banda delivered a monster performance, scoring twice in regulation, and then adding the game-winning touchdown in overtime, followed by a clutch 2-point conversion to put the Rams ahead. And on top of that, Banda sealed the deal on defense with an interception in overtime, officially punching the Rams' ticket to Gillette Stadium once again, where they will be facing off against a familiar foe, the Foxborough Warriors, who they defeated last year 14-0 in the Division 5 Super Bowl championship.
We'll have championship coverage next week. Good luck, Rams. Red Devils football wrapped the regular season on Thanksgiving morning in front of a loud, fired-up crowd at Varsity Field, battling rival Bedford in the holiday matchup.
The Burlington Red Devil football team closed out their season on Thanksgiving with a heartfelt Senior Day ceremony as they hosted the Bedford Buccaneers. They honored a deep senior class, led by captains Ryan Brooks and Ryan Ellis, along with 11 other seniors from across the roster. The game itself was a tight 1-point battle for most of the morning. Bedford struck first with a deep pass downfield to take an early 7-0 lead. But the Devils answered right back with a 3-yard touchdown run by senior captain and wide receiver Ryan Brooks. Fellow senior captain Ryan Ellis punched in the 2-point conversion, putting Burlington ahead 8-7. That score held all the way into the final minutes of the fourth quarter. With just over 2 minutes remaining, Burlington needed one more first down to seal the win, but a bad snap led to a costly fumble recovered by Bedford. The Bucks took advantage, marching down the field, draining the clock, and scoring the go-ahead touchdown and 2-point try to make it 15-8. heartbreaking finish for Burlington as Bedford extends their streak to 5 in this renewed Thanksgiving rivalry. After the game, our sideline reporter Noel D'Amico caught up with head coach Greg Sheridan and senior wide receiver Ryan Brooks.
Lost today, but just talk me through these seniors and on their final game, the historic season, and just what it's meant to you.
Yeah, so proud of them. They're the standard for what we try to achieve every year now moving forward, and we got big shoes to fill. But every single one of them played hard all year long, did everything we asked of them. Just great kids, a great class, special class that we're really going to miss, but just couldn't be prouder of their effort today.
It feels amazing, putting people in their place, the people that talk down on us, just us being a team, sticking to our plan, and that's what we did this year, and we just balled out. 9-2, we'll take that all day.
The Burlington cheerleading team lit up the floor at the MIAA State Championship, finishing as state runners-up in an incredibly competitive field. Burlington posted a strong 90.3, just shy of Hanover's winning 92.1, with Wilmington close behind at 89.7. A huge congratulations to the squad on an electric performance and a phenomenal season. BNEWS sports reporter Robert Paris breaks down what to expect from BHS athletes this winter.
With winter sports underway, Burlington teams are ramping up for another competitive year. Boys basketball is coming off a season where they were crowned Middlesex Freedom Division champions. In last year's postseason, they picked up a win over Chicopee, 70-52, before falling to Mansfield, 59-51. Head coach Phil Connors says he likes where the team is at right now, even after graduating 5 seniors.
This could be a very, very good year. We talked about that. Last year was one of the most satisfying. We had lost everybody, and we won the Middlesex League last year, still 15-5, had a great year. The guys continued to work, and they worked hard. It's a bunch of committed kids with a lot of guys with a lot of experience, size, speed. We got a lot of weapons.
Devils Wrestling also graduated 5 seniors and went through a rebuilding season last winter. But the big story was sophomore Max Schwartzman, who set a freshman record at the MIAA State Championship last season. Now the Devils are ready to get back on the mat, opening their season with the home meet against Chelmsford, Milton, and Tinsboro on December 13th.
Got about 25 kids in here. Only one of them's a senior, so the future's definitely very bright. A lot of these kids were freshmen last year, kind of learning the ropes of being a high school athlete, and they all put in some good time over the summer, went to camps in Pennsylvania, spent a lot of time practicing up at Lowell, so we should be much improved this year. It should be a fun year.
Boys track is ready for another fast and competitive season at the New Balance facility in Boston. With the season just a few weeks away, Coach Carr is working with a fresh group of runners and figuring out who's ready to make an impact in each event.
Probably our biggest indoor track team ever, I think, about 100 kids. So right now we're just very, very early in the process of figuring out who's going to be doing what. Our goals are to win every meet we go into, to be league champions, to be relay champions, to be state champions.
As the Red Devils dive back into the pool at Shawsheen Tech, they're looking to bounce back from a 1-5 record last season. One of the biggest bright spots came from now junior Shea Woodbury, who shattered his own school record in the 100-meter backstroke. He'll be back this year, along with a few other key returners ready to make waves.
I expect him to really go at it again with the freestyle and make a really good hard effort with the backstroke. And if I have my way, I'm going to have him break his own record in both this year.
The girls' basketball team graduated several seniors, including star Savannah Scally. But a group of young underclassmen are stepping up, and Coach Rebello believes that they have the potential to make a real impact this season.
Ava Sakari is one of our captains. She really didn't come off the floor last year. A great defender, shot the ball well last year. And I think our sophomore, Zara Ochi, she could be a beast. She's a real force.
Girls gymnastics is coming off an impressive 7-1 regular season last year. Head coach Michelle Gillis says she's excited about this season's large, talented roster and ready to keep that success going.
So we have 21 girls here at tryouts, and it's looking really promising. We have some return gymnasts that look really strong and ready to go. We have some new gymnasts that will get ready for the meet season. The last handful of years we've gone 7-1. We're hoping to go 8-0 this year, but it is what it is. So we do have some outstanding gymnasts, and we do have some depth this year as well.
This season, interim head coach Christine Whedon steps in to lead the girls hockey program. Whedon Burlington is a former player herself, and she brings that experience into a young group that's looking to build momentum early.
So coming back to be the head coach in the program, that means the world to me. That started my hockey career. Additionally, my assistant coach is my dad. So having him come back and we get to have this season together and this opportunity is it's unique, but it's also going to mean a lot for the two of us as a father and daughter duo on the bench, which has never happened before for either of us. So I'm excited about that.
Boys hockey faces a big question in the net this year, with the graduation of starting goalie Camden Shanahan. But several skaters are eager for the chance to fill the role.
But we have some really good competition in the goal. Colin McLeod has been with us for a couple of years. And we have a couple of newcomers as well in Quincy Durrett and Ryan Pandolfo, who we're excited for that competition and to see how things go.
I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Sports.
Let's check in with our friends at esports and see how they're holding up in the playoffs.
Burlington Esports had a strong week in the playoffs. The third-seeded Fortnite squad swept Waterville Senior High School from Maine 2-0 to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals. And Fortnite followed suit, defeating Commack High School out of New York 2-0, securing their spot in the semis as well. And the Red Devils Fortnite team will battle second-seeded Apponequet Regional from Lakeville, Massachusetts on the 4th. Hoping to earn their own shot at the championship on December 9th. Top-seeded Madden player Gio Delgado took on Cristo Rey High School from Columbus, Ohio, and came away with a tight 1-0 win to move into the top 8. Gio kept it rolling with another 1-0 win, this time over Monsignor Farrell High School from New York, advancing to the semifinals. Looking ahead, Matt and Gio will face 5th-seeded Middletown from New York on the 5th, with a trip to the finals on the line on December 11th.
That's your Red Devils Weekly Sports Report. For more, visit our sports section online and follow us on X at BNews Sports. I have been Julianne McGrain, and back to you guys in the studio.
And now our Red Devils shout out. The Woburn Burlington 200 medley relay team set a new school record at sectionals, closing out a strong fall for the co-op program. Let's look.
The Woburn Burlington Girls Swim Co-op closed out their season with a big moment. Kaylee and Riley McCarthy from Woburn and Sadie Floyd and Ava Eldridge from Burlington capped things off by setting a brand new school record in the 200 medley relay at sectionals in November.
I think we really worked hard for it. The four of us in the relay together got to share a lane, so we really got to push each other. One of our old coaches was on the record board, and one of our goals when we learned that she was on the record board was to knock her off. Yeah, I feel like being able to be in the same lane and push each other, but also working our different strokes. Like obviously medley, it's 4 different strokes, so we're doing different things, but we're all trying to keep up with each other doing the same stroke. I think it helped us push each other.
The new Woburn school record stands at 1:57:32, a time the whole group is proud of after working together day in and day out all season long.
I think it was a shock too, because like the record was a 2:01. Our first, when we broke it at sectionals, we did a 1:59. And then we dropped time again. We dropped 3 seconds from the record and then 2 more seconds from what we did in sectionals and states.
The twins are very special people, and they're also incredibly fast. So being able to swim with them is truly an honor. And I would say we all just worked really well together because we all lifted each other up, and we all just did the best we could do in our races together.
I think definitely right before the races was really important because we all hyped each other up and we got really excited, and being together for most of the meets, we got to do the medley, and it was just very fun.
On the Burlington side, the girls came just shy of bringing their own school record in the 200 medley relay. But with the Burlington swimmers only juniors, they'll have another shot at making history next fall.
It may be really difficult. It may not be. It depends on who we have next year in our relay. But like Sadie said, the twins are just amazing, so it's going to be tough to find those people and break the record. But if we do, then we do. It'll be great.
Head coach Vito Costa has watched this team grow and succeed all season. And with another record set, Their future looks bright.
They had the Woburn School record at the league meet, and then they broke it one last time at sectionals, and then came within .03 of the Burlington record. So unbelievable talent that these girls have, just unbelievable passion they have for just wanting to win and wanting to break every record. It's really awesome to see.
Congratulations to the 200 medley relay team on this incredible accomplishment. This is the Red Devil Shoutout.
Our photo of the week this week was sent in by Shivani Patel. Shivani captured this surreal photo taken at the Mill Pond Reservoir at dawn. She calls a tale of two. Beautiful picture, Shivani. Don't forget to send us your photos. The photos could be of something you see around town, on vacation, or even photos of your family, friends, and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share, send them to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. That's it from the news desk. Next week we'll have highlights from tonight's tree lighting as well as an update on Overlook Park and Holly Leaf Holiday cookies from the Retro Baker. We leave you this week with scenes from the Pep Rally. Thank you for joining us. Have a good week.